is no escape!
Yoo-hoo! Ah! Let my name echo in song!
Gather!
Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered! Laid bare!
I will have order! Stabilize!
There is no escape! Transfixed! This is where you fall. Illusion shattered!
Solidify!
Strike a pose!
Torn to oblivion!
This is order! Gather!
There is no escape!
Let the world collide! The show begins!
Overruled! Everlasting as the moon!
Order guide you!
May I present?
Time to go to work.
Lamb to the slaughter. Solidify!
Laid bare!
The show begins!
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Gather!
Let my name echo in song! Ah!
I will have order! I'll be back.
Oh, brilliant!
Illusion shattered. Shine down.
Solidified!
Now you shall perish.
This is order! Gather!
Illusion shattered. This is where you fall.
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please.
The show begins!
Solidified!
Transfixed!
Gather!
Time to shine!
Inazuma shines eternal.
I will have order!
Overruled. Everlasting as the moon.
There is no escape!
Stabilize!
Shine down!
Laid bare. An impressive bounty.
Out of the way!
The lightning echoing song!
Don't mind if I do! This is order! Solidify!
This is where you fall.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
Order guide right. What? Yes, you are. Qualified after all.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
Shine down!
Gather!
Let the world collide!
Everlasting as the moon.
This is order! Stabilize!
Illusion shattered!
May I
Transfixed. An impressive bounty. Wina's right over there. Let's go.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again, Wina. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it. We're here for the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell me why you need it first.
My friend Kachina is trapped within the Night Kingdom. We need the stone to find her ancient name and rescue her.
Rescue her? From the Night Kingdom?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there, a mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision. The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end. Losing a
I appreciate what you're trying to say.
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Wina? Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your mantra.
It's nothing. If you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone. Keep it safe, okay? It's not like we have a spare.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't...
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one her younger sister
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes, I'll introduce you to her sometime. But let's get back to business. Wina, how do we use the stone?
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts. And the ancient name, in that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river. But the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman, experienced enough to steer it in the right direction.
We couldn't do that ourselves.
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works, though, I could recommend someone to you.
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe. He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek. If you're fishing for a name, you're gonna want him on the boat.
Vichama? Why does that name sound familiar?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories about him. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malko passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the cliff tops. Follow the path that way, and I'm sure you'll...
Thank you.
Good luck. I hope everything goes well.
Need a letter set? I can help.
Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff tops. Ah! That must be him! Hello there, are you Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Your friend? Oh, Wina mentioned someone named Malco. Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return the favor.
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone? I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world. Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Citlali invented this. They must be a genius. I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get 2 things for me.
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible, an ancient name.
Oh, I see. What about the second thing you needed?
Right. I need 2 chunk. Normally, you can only get a...
Gotcha!
All right, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's meet over there when you're done. Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want.
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so...
What an odd guy. He seemed so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more. Hang on. Hello.
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much?
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see.
Deal.
Wait.
What, you want me to drive down the parade?
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. All right.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to...
Excuse me. Do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes.
Perfect.
That might be tough. Tell you what.
Thank you so much.
Relax. Everything...
I know, it's just Kachina always...
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Perfect! Thank you.
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 more of... Here you go. How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5 years.
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night, but I don't know all the details. Bichama and Malco grew up together. Malco was 5 years ago, but on the eve of...
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Vichama didn't. It's just... Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything. Oh, you're not wrong. but it's possible he chooses to. I've tried the abyss has. Anyway.
Whoosh! No one can.
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here.
I've made all the necessary adjustment. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient. Go ahead. After Malko fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned. I've always blamed myself for what
But that happened several years. The Pyro Arc.
There might not. All right. Let's get to it. Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer. Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone!
I will have order.
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Solidify.
Time to shine!
Illusion shattered! How much longer, Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close.
Vichama!
Quick, take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malko. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is getting stronger.
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
This power.
Hanging in there?
Malco. No! Why can't I find him? Why?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry.
Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the Spirit Speaker's stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was you were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
Okay, I'll be more careful next time.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama? Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. It must be completely gone. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim... And now... It's too late to save him. From the minute he left...
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over...
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing.
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malco.
Not enough to swing a sword, but to save...
I never thought I'd have...
Guess I have something to be... Pisak. Maybe you're right. Vichama, don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that a memory?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me... But... It also brings...
A deeper pain.
Malco, for all these years, I regret...
Vichama!
I'm fine. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew, but... I also understood why you had to try. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter. That way, even if the outcomes, there are critical junctures in life. And if you don't seize the chance to... That's something...
Thank you, Vichama. I promised I would...
That's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will... Thanks to him, though, you were...
That does make me feel better.
Just speaking from experience.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wina the good news. Oh, and...
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wina. I can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two. They're back.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chaska for a few minutes. You come with me.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But that strength of will...
For some reason, Paimon...
well...
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definite. Eventually, she found... It sounds like she's still...
That's...
Oh, I get it.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't... Still...
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolutely no alternative. But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And you were just going to sneak into the place without saying it.
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous. Oh, it's like he didn't even try.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous
All right, whatever. Anything else?
You... What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and promise me you'll stay put?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't leave her there to die. That's not who I am.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also...
That's a different issue.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sister...
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say?
Then support me. I'll be back.
Chaska. So, that's it. Why'd you...
You two are something else.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to... It's not my place to get...
Thank you.
Anytime. According to Kinich.
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh? I see. Still, Stay safe out there in the night.
What are they saying in the tribe?
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal. You can leave.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Dion-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
What is this place? Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes. And physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
Alright, we'll have a look. This is Atea's talisman.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea.
Make sure to handle everything with care. This cup, for example, it's heavier than it looks.
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of strength. The association with strength might, and even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time would still leave them gasping.
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman. He would often wear this version.
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show. Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment, actually. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong fighting.
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he managed to kill the. Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch?
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
Maybe we can go head to head sometime.
This fishing basket looks.
This flower looks like it's thriving. You must be good at taking care of plants, Archon.
Whoa, this weapon is huge! Which tribe did it belong to?
Ah, that weapon belonged to Tenoch, a hero from 500 years ago. Strictly speaking, he didn't belong to any single tribe. That's because even before the disaster with the Abyss broke out, he had already been exiled.
Exiled?
It was a punishment imposed out of necessity, but he accepted it all the same. He believed it was what he deserved. When the Abyss attacked, the tribes found themselves in urgent need of a powerful figure to lead them into the battle, and there was no one more courageous or resolute than him. He united the 6 tribes and accomplished great feats throughout the war. Ultimately, he perished, and because he had already lost his ancient name, the Ode of Resurrection was unable to bring him back. And so, he was laid to rest, alongside the countless warriors and civilians who lost their lives.
Wow, he sounds like a true...
Indeed. Even now, his story is told throughout the land.
There are so many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor. The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although probably expired by now. The powder still needs some time to settle. So let's wait a little. Well?
Yeah! If each does every item...
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important? Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
That does kinda make sense. The future has...
Humanity excels at living in the present. But too often we forget while the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as for to come up with such a set of rules. The first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine. That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the Divine Throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the Divine Throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the Sacred Flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So, it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! two of you are really close. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes!
It's all right. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the Saurians we were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm trying to protect.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art. Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here, please. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina! Are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark still. I don't want you.
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so close.
Thank you. Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
I hope not.
This is order. Gather!
Laid bare.
Shine down!
Solidify!
How brilliant! There is no escape!
Gather!
Overruled! Shine down!
Laid bare.
Stabilize!
The shall be...
There is no escape! Overruled!
I will have order! Gather!
How brilliant!
Transfixed!
This is where you fall. Now you shall perish!
Order guide you!
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the Elemental Sovereigns? They had—
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until— These ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again.
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping by—
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice. Want some?
You know, Ian-san, Paimon feels like the Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Shine down!
Stabilize!
Let my name echo in song!
Gather!
Overruled!
Witness my rise.
Stabilize!
May I present? Illusion shattered! The show begins!
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
This is order.
Let the world collide!
Gather!
Torn to oblivion!
Stabilize! Order guide you!
Ha! Inazuma shines eternal!
Time to shine! Oh, brilliant!
Solidify! This is order! Gather!
There is no escape!
May I present?
Transfixed!
I will have order!
Now you shall perish! Ha!
The show begins!
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it. Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
Yes.
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so...
That overflow of energy is probably...
From this point forward, everything we know about the...
Paimon's more...
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came... If this was the real world...
That's it? You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even why Paimon asked!
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions? Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malko. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. I'm sorry I can only appear before—
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become— But we had to destroy it.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph or death, you want your...
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for... You're looking for a young girl from... I'd like to help her while I'm still in this... Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the...
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here! Go on. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way.
The show begins!
Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
My name, echo in song!
There is no escape!
Oh, Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that!
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
We're here, Kachina! Oh, honey? You made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go!
Shine down! Blaze bare!
Kabam!
Torn to oblivion!
Stabilize! Order guide you!
How brilliant!
solidify!
You're here! You're finally here! Thank you so much! That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The Wyap's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got...
Had a girl. You did so well. And most importantly...
Should we start heading back then?
Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the Wyap with... I can't exactly...
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyap of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyap. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyap can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyap can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem.
Still, we can't just leave the Wyap to suffer. It's
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of...
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again, telling me to abandon the Wyap and leave this place.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too long.
No, I'm fine. Just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wyap, not because we have something to prove. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit.
All right. The sooner we get this...
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal, and return to the world where you belong.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Wyap! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you.
were right. The contamination is... Alright, get ready, everyone! Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place!
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malcolm?
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, I would urge you to... You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your... No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like... I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer them... That is the tragedy of your short lives. Ancient names, pride, friendship. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically weak?
Kachina, give me your hand. Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
Thanks, Moalani. Because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power. But you also couldn't be more wrong.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back. The power lies not but in our commitment to upholding that ideal. And in our decision to stand together and fight!
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance.
There aren't many in Natlan who...
From the ashes to hear the...
Let her rip! Ow! Drilling down! Faster!
Power of the flame!
Check this out! Best of luck! Need a surfboard?
Here goes! Yeah! Right here! Jabam!
Of the future?
Clear the area! Parting waves! Action at the flame!
This world is already...
We won! We actually won!
That's what he gets for
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely, this makes me so... unbelievably happy.
I'm happy too, Moalani. Together we really are unstoppable!
Huh? My ancient name is... glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world.
Wait, does that...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend. Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything you said was... It took years' worth of scars. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strong.
Who are you?
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
What's wrong, Mom?
So many memories. My brain was just... So that's what happened.
What do you mean?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started...
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on Okay, that should be enough. Why up?
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never...
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not focus on who you want to be. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your...
Thank you, Wyatt.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you...
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina.
Whoa! What's going on?
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's a Seelie! The Seelie opened the way for us!
Or we'll be stuck here! Watch out for the falling rocks! Quick, through the middle! Come on, faster! We'll never make it!
You've done well. Now come home.
We're back!
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power comes at a price.
You must feel terrible. Let's get back to the stadium.
I recommend getting a full checkup.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the night.
Right. The Wyatt...
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
Ad Ast... Thank you for... Ticket. Go on. You have my approval.
Huh? Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one. All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you,
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that—
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us once.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mualani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of unlike the other nations, the battle against the Abyss was even then. It took centuries of— and still, this is but—
I'd never—
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wayab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it was you.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. Or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old, 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wyabb were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wyabb has been—
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wyabb, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take—
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this? Wouldn't that make everything go a lot faster?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will, rather than a sense of obligation.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wyabb. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In Natlan's salvation lies— You're quite perceptive, aren't you?
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you stored here before!
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night King. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose. Fuel.
Fuel? Ah, so back then, that's what—
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited, but together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the It was a rather crude approach, so—
But aren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the— And then, it would only— Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or if they knew those items helped save the present day—
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your deeds will become new legends, and
Well, we'd still like to return the
Well, if that's the case, just now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate, and we could all use the rest.
Still, now that I know the—
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. All right. You should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all... They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're... The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. I can see it. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will never know absolution, and my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is. Just remember,
No matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina.
Ah, well...
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of use...
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked? You were...
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at least. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
But do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get going. Enjoy the celebration. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had enough of them.
Don't worry. I always win anyway.
you need? What do you need?
Don't worry. I always win anyway.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina! Woohoo!
Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with—
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first—
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild when he insisted on repaying the favor.
But the fact of the matter is—
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden War.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got disqualified.
Serves you all right. No sympathy from me.
All right. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Puck. Dear friends, I'd like to say it firstly. I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Dion-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the night. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give enough—
Well said!
I'll drink to that.
How does it feel being a hero,
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. Well, you better get used to it. Next up. Hey, please don't make fun of me.
My apologies. I knew everything comes at a price if you cling too tight. But in any case, we're now on the same page. I wonder how long...
I've been through so much all at once. Everything still kind of feels like a dream. Are you still Nope. Oh, but I bet you...
At previous victory feasts, you'd always find me in the crowd singing.
It does feel weird seeing you so out of sorts.
Is this another pearl of wisdom?
Well, Paimon agrees with the Traveler. Everyone's come together to celebrate—
You're right. Enough doom and gloom. Time to... All right, Kachina. Don't be.
I've been through— Are you still Nope. Oh, but I bet you...
It cost us a lot, but we got Kachina back safely. And there'll be even tougher challenges coming our way in the days ahead. That includes you, Paimon. I can do a special one-off session to show you the ropes. Interested?
No thanks.
It's rare to meet travel. Anyway, my sister's already gone back to her.
Oh, we actually ran it.
Yeah. The Abyss has likely sensed your arrival.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see. What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time. For in 500 years, Natlan will be destroyed. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll... I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
Paimon's suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me, from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of you. Feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is something I have long since come to terms with. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, present, and future coexist, and all are equally important. Even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here and now. And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never give up on our struggle. This is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side, whatever it takes. Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It would easily make you an all-important figure in the upcoming battle. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them in circulation would have long dwindled to 0. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your stories would be remembered by our people for all the years to come. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still, take this as my personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. You don't have much time, and you're injured on
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, did it?
Oh, something else you'd like to ask? Well, our intel suggests he hasn't made any new movements yet. Although Kenichi's investigation helped us confirm that he's being aided by someone from the Masters of... I'm getting closer to narrowing down who that may be, but it's still unclear whether this person aided the captain out of willingness or coercion. If you learn anything about this during your adventures, please let me know. Oh, something else you'd like to ask? The Abyss is the most formidable enemy in all of Teyvat. In the beginning, it took failure and tragedy to even begin to learn how to fight back. All of the methods you've seen in other nations were developed based on experience and insight passed down over generations. We know them to work, but few of us actually... It's the same for the method we use here in Natlan. Ever since ancient times, elemental energy has been one of our most reliable weapons against the... As for the principles behind it, I'm afraid you might have to seek answers from someone older than the position of Pyro Archon itself. Oh, something else you'd like to ask? That also comes down to the long-standing effects of the Abyss. Our people's survival is but their power has its limits. They cannot offer our people the same degree of protection outside our borders. In fact, people who do decide, everyone in Natlan understands this. That's why our people never leave, and the Wyab have always been very strict about Still, there's no need to worry. Something else you'd like to ask?
I've been through. Are you still feel? Nope. Oh, but I bet you.
Gather!
Let the world come alive!
There is no escape!
Overruled!
This is order. Solidify!
Shine down! Transfixed!
Run from death.
Lay bare. This is where you fall.
Order guide you. Solidify!
Let my name echo in song!
Everlasting as the moon!
Gather!
Can't run from
Osmantha.
There is no escape! Strike a pose! Transfixed!
This is order.
Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Time to shine! May I present?
Laid bare. Witness my rise.
Solidify!
There is no escape!
Transfixed!
Order guide you.
Torn to oblivion!
The show begins! Shower me with praise!
Illusion shattered! Overruled!
This is order. Stabilize.
Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
May I present? Let the world come alive!
Everlasting as the moon!
I will have order.
Illusion shattered!
Gather!
Yoo-hoo! Torn to oblivion!
Order guide you. Solidify.
Witness my rise.
Let my name echo in song!
Now you shall perish!
Stabilize. This is order.
Laid bare.
There is no escape.
Gather.
This is where you fall. Overruled.
Illusion shattered. Strike a pose.
Solidify.
Let the world collide!
Stabilize. Order guide you.
There is no escape. Erase all threats.
Everlasting as the moon.
Torn to oblivion.
I will have order. Gather.
The Shelby...
Illusion shattered.
Laid bare.
Now you shall perish. Shine down. Illusion shattered.
Shower me with praise!
Solidify.
Let my name echo in song!
Overruled.
Order guide you.
Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
This is where you fall.
Shine down.
How brilliant!
This is order. Stabilize.
Let the world collide! The show begins!
There is no escape. Illusion shattered.
Transfixed.
escape!
Stabilize!
Now you shall perish!
I will have order!
Oh, brilliant! Time to shine!
Stabilize!
Overruled! This is where you fall. Torn to oblivion!
Order guide you! Gather!
The show begins!
Stabilize!
Shine down! Laid bare!
Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
Understood.
Illusion shut!
Burst forth!
Shine down!
Come into being!
Illusion shattered! Rain down!
Live! Ha! Coming to be! Transfixed!
What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected?
Burst forth!
There is no escape!
Out of the way, you're getting blown away!
Insolent.
May I
Witness my great undertaking!
Illusion shattered!
Or get blown away!